Small portion of the North Sea for our descent towards Amsterdam. Estimated flight time 55 minutes. During our descent then my co-pilot or myself will be back with you with an update of the arrival time and the weather forecast. But for now we're going to leave you in the excellent care of our colleagues in the cabin so you can enjoy the service on board and wish you a very pleasant flight. Cabin crew, arms lights.
Well, welcome to Amsterdam. Rather unusual surroundings, but we'll get to them in a minute. Do you want to explain why we're actually here now and how it's come about?
Yeah, well, basically, a couple of months back, you saw an advert, didn't you, for Liquidity, which is a festival that's run every year in Amsterdam, just on the outskirts of the city. And obviously, you've listened to the tracks in our videos before, and we're massively into our liquid drum and bass, haven't we? So we thought, why don't we come out, enjoy the festival? But then we had a bit of a brainwave, didn't we? So
yeah, we thought, if we're going to the festival, why not try and get a bit of fishing in at the same time? So yeah,
exactly.
We find ourselves here. Basically, we've managed to score ourselves a boat in a marina on one of the many waterways. That's
so much water, mate, isn't there?
One of the many canals that span across Amsterdam. Our flights were delayed, weren't we? So it's pretty late at the minute.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a mission. Like Joel said, the flights were delayed. So basically, we had to get a flight each to Amsterdam. Then we've been on a train to get to Central Dam. Then we've been on a bus to get to here. And then yeah, we found ourselves on this boat. So yeah, basically the plan is this is going to be our sort of base in the evenings, in the night sort of thing. We've got 3 nights fishing before we go off to the festival, and then in the daytime we've got a lake lined up that's literally 5 minutes walking distance in it.
Yeah, we obviously spoke to a few people that have fished in Amsterdam for a long time, and they put us on a lake, and some of the pictures of the fish have been mega. So yeah, we're going to be out on the lake for the day, and this is going to be our base for the night. So it's gone midnight now. I think we should think about getting the rods out, don't you? Yeah, it's been a bit of a mad one today, so yeah, we'll only get a few hours fishing in tonight, but yeah, I think we should crack on, get them rods out, and fingers crossed we get a canal banger on the first night, but we'll see what happens for the rest of the session. Not what we're after, is it, mate? It's not a carp.
It's not a carp, no. I think that's the first bream of the night shift.
Yeah, so yeah, well, we've been woke up now, we're up. It's fairly early, it's like, what, 6:30?
Yeah, just gone 6:30, but to be fair, we needed to get up about this time, didn't we, today, so...
Yeah, so I think we're going to literally reel the rods in, really, and get on our way to that lake, I think.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan, mate. Don't want to be catching too many of them, do we? Let's be honest.
No. Right, I'll get this one up, so we'll head off.
Sweet, mate. Right, well, been a bit of a change of plan, hasn't it, mate?
Yeah, so we went and did a bit of shopping then, and on the way we stopped and had a look around that lake we were telling you about, the one that's close by. But it's quite reed-lined and it looks quite tricky, to be honest. We didn't see much.
Nah.
So what we've decided to do is basically head off to another lake we've been told about just across town, so we're going to have to catch an Uber to there, aren't we?
Yeah, basically we're just going to get an Uber now from the gates of the marina. It's about a 25-minute drive in a taxi in it, but we've been told by some of the local anglers that there's a few more fish in there, so it'd be a good place to get a few fish under our belt for the trip, really. And then tomorrow we can have a full day at that other lake. I think we should go down there later on tonight, put some bait in, maybe suss out some spots for tomorrow, and then get there for first light, really. What do you think?
That's it, mate. Yeah, go here today, catch a few fish, and then we can really focus on trying to catch one of these proper fish out of this lake. So
exactly.
Yeah, let's order that Uber now and get on.
Let's go.
Well, as you can see behind, it is a rowing lake, and unbeknown to us, we thought we could fish it, but yeah, one of the park rangers has just come round and turns out we can't, doesn't it?
Yeah, basically he's just told us there's no fishing at the minute on the on this lake because of all the rowing that's going on and stuff, which is fair enough. We didn't have a clue, did we, to be honest? No. We asked the locals, they said we'd be fine, but obviously not the case, so yeah, we're a bit deflated again. We love making things difficult for ourselves on these trips. So I think we need to think of a plan B pretty quickly, because this was our banker lake, unfortunately. So
yeah,
luckily in Amsterdam there's loads of water in there. So
there is loads of water, yeah. One thing we don't want to do is spend all day and tomorrow just walking and not having enough rod hours.
Yeah.
So I think what we're going to do is, I think we should stick to the original plan, which was fish that lake that's near the boat. It's shallow, it's baking hot today, and it's going to be a lot easier to find them on there than it is on here. Well, we can't find them on here anyway because we can't fish it, but yeah, I
think you're right, mate, to be honest. And like we said earlier, like, there is some unbelievable fish in that lake, and if we get one, it will make the entire trip.
Just one.
Pretty similar to the Paris trip. So I think, yeah, let's just get the gear packed away, let's get the Uber back to the boat, and
we'll see you at the next venue. Well, we said we were going back to the boat, but we just had a little tip off on Instagram, haven't we, about a little park lake, so just jumped in an Uber and got here now. I'm going to go check it out, so yeah, let's go, mate.
Yeah, let's do it, mate.
I've been lost. I need to be found. I paid the cost. Where to go? I've been
Well, what's happened, Jord?
I just nodded off, you went off, and all I heard was an absolute one-noter. So I sprinted down the bank, just flicked a rod out in these pads.
Just down there.
With a tiny bit of bait. Yeah, it's gone off.
I was literally doing a lap of the lake, and Jord went to just have a catch up on some sleep, because it's been nothing but a grueler, hasn't it, mate?
Yeah.
And yeah, he's finally got one. So let's just hope he can get it in the net. Oh, it didn't like that.
Absolute one note of that.
I know, man. I heard it from the other side. It's just screaming. Just seen you.
Mate, I was fully asleep, and I was just like, whoa.
I seen you flat out on the grass, and then next thing I seen you sprinting down the bank. What is it? No, just get his head up, George. These pads are a nightmare, aren't they? Not a bad fish, really. I thought they'd be a bit smaller than that. When you're ready, bring it towards me. Yeah. Oh. It's... Finally.
Hey, it's been such a grueler. We've been, I don't know how many miles we've walked, and like we've carried like obviously everything in our bag, so we've got like a lot of bait with us, and it's been wrecking us. And we finally got to this park lake, and it didn't look good. Quite chocolatey, so in the end we just flicked a couple of rods out in light looking areas against some pads. And it's gone. Finally got myself an Amsterdam carp.
It's taken a while, hasn't it, mate? But
no, it's not a bad fish.
It's not a bad fish at all, mate. No, it's common. Sweet.
I paid the cost. Where to go now?
Well, look at that for an Amsterdam carp. It took many miles of walking to get to this point, but I'm absolutely buzzing. It's all been worth it in the end. And yeah, We're going to get some pictures now, slip it back, and hopefully Nathan can get amongst them. Well, what's going on now?
Well, you were just away filming and my rod's just absolutely screamed off, but it's stuck in there. There's a lot of lilies on this lake, so I'm just having to be really careful, but
yeah, just take your time.
right, well, obviously you would have seen I lost that fish in the lily pads. It's just one of them things, to be honest. I'm pretty gutted about it because, like George said, you know, we've walked miles and miles and miles to eventually end up at this park lake, and to get a run after it all and then lose it, it's pretty devastating. But all I can do now is get the rod back out and hope we get one more chance before it's time to go home or back to the boat for the night. So yeah, I'm going to do that now. Well, after me losing that fish, we literally have just put my rod back out on the spot, and while we're in the process of doing it, George has absolutely screamed off up the bank, and he's gone straight into the pad, so he's had to go in, but it's still on. I've just chucked in the net over the reeds, so it's just a bit of nip one, pearl one with the pads, and hopefully you can get it in the net. It's still on innit? Just hand line it into the net, George. Just chuck your rod and put your clutch on loose and just hand line it straight into the net. Yeah? Get in there, mate. What is it, another common? Yeah. Alright, sweet, I'll come give you an hand getting out and that, and then we'll sort it out, yeah? Sick, mate.
Well, as you can see, there's two pairs of boxes behind. One's victorious and one's defeated, and we all know which is which.
Oh god.
Anyway, but on a serious note, you know, we do need to try and get Nathan a fish. So, you know, we've got about 2 hours now left. Nathan's got a couple of rods out in like the similar areas I've had mine, up against the pad. So, yeah, hopefully one of his rods can go off and we can both end the fishing session on a high and then get to the festival tomorrow. So yeah, get some pictures, slip it back, and cross my fingers for Nathan. Well, one last roll of the dice, eh, Dave? You need to get this one in, mate.
Might not be the biggest carp I've ever caught, but finally an Amsterdam carp, even if it is a few pounds. But Right, well, there it is. Might not be the biggest carp I've ever caught, but yeah, at least I can now say I've had one from Amsterdam. I think we've got about half an hour to an hour left on this little lake that we're fishing, so I think I'm going to slip it back and hope for a bigger one just before we leave. But yeah, really made up.
Right, well, we're just rigging the rods up for the night. Didn't have any more fish at that place, did we?
Nah, it went a bit quiet to be honest, didn't it, mate? But yeah, it was alright, at least we managed the food, didn't we? So
yeah, so now we're back at the boat, going to get the rods out for the night and then try and get a good sleep up early for the festival tomorrow. So yeah, see if we can bag one on our last night.
The ocean told me to all along. It told me to. It told me to. I don't wanna breathe. Sun and the moon between me and you. Me and you. Whenever you ask me what would make you happy, I must say when there's no space left between me and you.
Right, well, it's now time to leave the boat. Turns out last night was actually our last night's fishing. Decided to exit the festival today a bit early, haven't we?
Yeah, basically there's a few more acts playing today, so we're going to head over there a day early basically, so we'll lose a night on the boat but gain a night at the festival. To be honest, fishing this marina was a bit of a stab in the dark in the first place, to be honest. If we got a fish from it, it'd be a bit of a bonus, so yeah, I think we should get this boat locked up, mate, and get on the way, to be honest.
On the place that you left, our minds are troubled by the emptiness. Destroy the middle, it's a waste of time. From the perfect start to the finish line. If you're still breathing, you're the lucky one.
You've got to love you, trust me.
Most of us are healing through cold and love.